Welcome to Koverly and Elenteny's joint webinar. My name is Phil Lander. I'm VP of Sales at Elenteny Imports. Elenteny has entered into a new strategic relationship with Koverly. Our aim is to provide best-in-market foreign exchange services for our customers with 30 days free credit as an added benefit and extended payment terms for our customers as they need them. Today's webinar is being recorded, so you will be able to watch it back again. The format of the webinar, we will give an overview of the platform, followed by a demonstration of the platform, and then go to question and answers at the end. And I would like to introduce Igor, who will run through Koverly's platform and services. Igor.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Amy Cronin.
Igor Ostrovsky.
And we also have Emily Newton on the call today. We're all here from Koverly. I'm going to share my screen and pull up, some slide overviews of Koverly to share with you as Igor sort of talks through the partnership here. Okay, here you go.
Can everybody see the presentation?
Yes.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, as Phil mentioned a minute ago, we're very excited about the Elenteny and Koverly partnership. I think we are sort of setting ourselves up for some really, really exciting changes for both of our companies. And so in a nutshell, in a few sort of slides, we'll go through the capabilities of the platform. I can click now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I click now? There you go. So at a high level, we really are sort of trying to set up an opportunity for our partners to provide FX and credit capabilities to their clients. The reason why this is sort of exciting for us is, as we all know, because of COVID and other challenges that are going out in the sort of global markets, profitability is on top of everybody's mind. And what we effectively offer through the platform is the ability for both our clients and sort of our combined clients to get best-in-class FX rates when they make international payments. But what makes sort of our platform truly unique is the fact that in addition to getting best-in-class FX rates, we also offer 30-day credit to extend the terms that importers usually have with their customers. You also have options to pay beyond the 30 days. That usually covers a fee, which we can sort of get into once we go into the demo. But in a nutshell, it's best-in-class FX rates with extra 30 days to pay is the main takeaway. Now, as some of the folks on the call may be familiar with FX payments, or folks that sort of watch this video after the call, if you're familiar with how FX rates work, usually, take $1, you convert it into a foreign exchange, to some other currency. We bring up an example here with Euro. We're very, very competitive with other brands that you sort of see in the marketplace. And obviously, these are not real rates, but this is sort of where we typically stack up. But in general, to put it in perspective, that I think most folks in the business would kind of relate to is, for every $1 million of FX business a typical importer does, we usually save them between $4,000 and $6,000 annually for every $1 million. So, if you run, $2 million business, you obviously double that. So the savings add up. And I mean, obviously, keep in mind that these savings tend to drop straight to the sort of the bottom line. So this ends up being pure profit. And, in the slim margin businesses that we all operate in, every dollar counts. And so again, in a nutshell, just as a recap before we sort of get into it, this is a little illustration of how theoretically the product works. So if you want to pay, let's say, a supplier in Aussie dollars, you would need to make that payment today. So the Koverly would make this payment on your behalf, and then you would have an option to then either extend the payback back to Koverly in 30 days for free, or you would be able to stretch it even further to 60 or 90 days forward. And then there would be a fee sort of associated with that further extension. But the key takeaway here is 30 days free credit. See it. We're gonna be moving around the Zoom the Zoom toolbar that keeps getting in the way. So
Yeah.
forgive us for that. So what you see on the screen right now is a basic version of the Koverly platform. The platform is really, really simple to use. We're not going to get into all the bells and whistles that the platform has, but we'll cover some of the sort of the key elements. So the first, let's just talk about the menu here. Koverly is able to, as we discussed, offer you a credit solution. So there's an embedded sort of credit product, with a caveat that, you do need to get approved for this, but the approval for the Koverly, what we call the Koverly Pay product is super simple. We only do business underwriting. We do not pull personal credit. We do not need your social security numbers. Usually the underwriting, the application takes less than a minute, and we typically underwrite, within 24 hours, but, usually it's, within an hour or two. So it's a relatively straightforward, business-friendly process. When it comes to the rest of the dashboard, so you could, most folks use this for this context of the conversation, our bill pay feature. And the bill pay feature really has a couple of key sort of menu items. The first one is we have a vendor management list, where, as in the FX business, people call these beneficiaries. So these are the folks you actually want to pay to internationally. And then for all the vendors that you have managed in your roster, they may have a bills associated with within their accounts. Setting up a new bill is very, very straightforward. Once you click on add a bill, you select the vendor that you want to pay. You select the amount that you want to pay that vendor. You select the currency. In this particular case, let's say we want to do euros. You enter the bill number. Some other terms, if you choose to select them, which is the terms that were given to you on the invoice, which will automatically calculate your due dates. You can link, some notes if you want to take a note for yourself, and then obviously you can upload. You can upload the image of the invoice as well for your own record keeping. Once you're done saving that invoice, once the invoice is entered, you can right away put it into what we call a bill pay checkout, which you see on the right-hand side here. And what that gives you is an automatic live rate. Now, this is a demo account, so these rates are not real. But typically, the rates are very, very competitive. So once you put in the bill information here, you put in a checkout, and then you're able to sort of continue through the checkout. In the next step here, the important note is that this is where you make a simple choice. Some folks that we work with prefer to operate on cash, and so they proceed to checkout right away. Other folks do take advantage of our financing options, which are sort of described below here. And so in this particular account, we have 3 extension offers set up. And usually, important note is that these offers are always with weekly paybacks. So if you want to, let's say, pay the $4,164 here, and you want to do it in 4 payment installments, if you were going to check out using this option, you were going to end up effectively, sorry, with this menu again, experience the following. So it's 4 payments that you're financing for. This is your schedule of paybacks. So Koverly will end up paying your vendor this amount of euros today. You end up, paying Koverly back in 4 equal installments. The money will come out of your account. This is US-based account that you want to draw from, and then we will send the money internationally, converting dollars into euros today. And if you're happy with sort of this transaction, you continue. Now, all of our financing agreements do require a sort of agreement that you actually are obviously borrowing money for a short period of time. And assuming you're okay with this, you proceed and you finish up your transaction. That basically is as simple as it takes to sort of pay a bill on credit. What ends up happening is that as you pay your bills, they end up moving from sort of what we call an inbox, which is where you do most of your work prepayment, to obviously getting into a paid status after they've been paid. And so the bills that we just paid appears here. And then once the payment occurs, we sort of get to this last item on the list here, which is the payment screen. And that is, these are all the completed payments that you've made sort of through history, you can select different dates to filter out a more relevant time period. This effectively becomes the main dashboard, which people use to really manage all of their vendor relationships and all their bills. And obviously, we sort of focused the early part of the conversation on FX rates, but obviously, everybody we work with, they have clients or bills that they have to pay domestically as well. We support both USD payments and foreign exchange payments. Both are applicable to be put on credit if you choose to. And it's pretty much, as simple as we sort of described it. I do want to go back a little bit to the Koverly Pay piece for a second. So since this transaction that I just ran is a finance transaction, we do have a dashboard which clearly would show you that if you did finance it for 4 equal installments, how these installments would be broken out in the future. So this is sort of what you would owe back to Koverly. This this is all the transaction lists that you've done historically, and then your payment history, which sort of appear here. It's set up very, very similarly to how most of us sort of think about our sort of credit card accounts. The only difference is that the draws would be automatic. So it's not a repayment sort of structure. So every week we would notify you that, hey, your weekly payment is due. And then we would draw the money from the account that you have sort of set up for automatic draws. In addition to this, since we worked with folks that do both payments and receiving, we do also have a robust get paid module, which works in a very, very similar way, where you can we can set up your customers and you can invoice them through the system as well. There are a bunch of other systems that I'm sure people are familiar with that sort of perform these similar functions. For collections, so meaning accounts receivable, we only do it domestically, so this would only work for US based customers. And it doesn't really matter where in the sort of tiers you sit. You can be an importer invoicing your distributor partners, you can be a distributor, invoicing your retailer restaurant partners. We sort of handle all the use cases. And then obviously if you have the data, you'd see all your dashboard views here with your main customers and aging balances across them. This really becomes powerful if you end up using us with accounting connectivity. So we do support the 2 you see here. We also support Xero, Sage Intacct, and we're about to integrate with NetSuite. So if you want sort of seamless integration between your accounting system and our platform, we can support it. We support both simple, one-click connect to QuickBooks integrations, as well as more sophisticated ones like Sage, where you have to map data. So depending on the use case, we sort of have capabilities to do both things. Couple of other things to note, you are able to manage multiple company profiles. So folks that have, let's say import businesses and distribution businesses, we have clients that sort of manage those relationships separately. You are able to, under one profile, manage multiple companies. And as well as you are able to manage teams. So if you want to invite collaborators, we support, admin roles, contributor roles, and even sales teams. So we have folks that enable some of sort of accounts receivable visibility to their sales organizations as well. That's pretty much it. I mean, the only other things, I guess from an administrative thing to notice, we support a bunch of different payment methods, not only including ACH, but you can also pay with credit cards. We have a number of clients that love racking up points. So, MX is a favorite of, of our clients. So if you want to, pay for a bunch of free vacations through your business, it's a good option, that's available. And obviously we also support a bunch of different receiving methods. So if you need to receive funds into different payment accounts, let's say you segregate your restaurants from retail, for instance, you're able to do that as well. The platform is at core free to use as a core feature, but if you start to use some of our financing options or you do FX through us, obviously that carries some sort of fees along with it, just transactional fees that you'll see right in checkout. So anytime you want to check out with a bill, it would be very, very transparent for you when you're in checkout to say that what would be the sort of the cost associated with this transaction that you may be sort of doing. That's pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not much to it. I don't know if folks have any questions that sort of came up as I was sort of going through things. We can sort of open it up for folks to, if there are any questions. Usually at this point, there needs to be some icebreaker questions.
I'm gonna just pay this bill too. Do you mind?
No.
So this bill, I'm just going to pay. I'm not going to use Coverly Pay. I'm just going to proceed to checkout, and you'll see. Oh wait, did I add that? Is that added as? Yeah,
it's
that
there.
is, yeah, yeah. So if I proceed to checkout, you saw the currency rate right there, and then I confirm it, and it's automatic.
Correct.
So it can be done both ways.
Yep.
There is a question in the chat from Barry Gilbert. Everyone
Question.
is asking what your rate is today, euro rate, if you're able to share that.
Well, we can show you that right now.
We can show you that because it's available on our site. All our rates
Yep.
that you see on our marketing site is what you get inside our core products. So you can go to Koverly.com anytime you want.
Yep.
Click on our global payments page, and there's a little calculator here. You select the currency you want to trade, and
It'll give you the live rate.
that would be the live rate that we're quoting today.
Yeah, so you can select different currencies right here. We also have currency pages. So if you were to go to USD to euro, you can see the live current conversion rate. So I'll say, 1,000 USD to euro. What's the, how many euro would I get for 1,000 USD? Then it will also give you sort of the chart, the rates, how they've been tracking, as well as, conversion from USD to euro, and then euro to USD. And we have that for all of our currencies.
Thank you. Any other questions from anyone? Okay.
How does a customer get started? So that's quite easy. So to get started, you can either just enter your email right here and click get started, or
if you click on the login button, it will bring you to sort of our login screen. You can sign up from here. We also have folks on the team that would welcome an onboarding session if this is something that would sort of fit your style of sort of operation. Emily Newton, who's on the call, she handles a lot of our sort of inbound. So she'd be happy to assist you with sort of what we call first payment meetings. But then we also have other folks sort of on our customer success team that would be able to step in after you create accounts.
And creating an account is free. It's really easy. It's just a couple of steps, and then you're in. Once you have an account created, you can essentially upload a bill and check the rate for that, see what you would, what the cost would be for that specific foreign currency bill in less than 5 minutes. So, by signing up, it does not commit you to use, you're not committed to use us, but it does give you purview into your specific invoices, and can obviously talk with us if you wanted to walk through anything.
Yep.
And for another point of contact for Elenteny Import customers is your sales rep, or you can just mail support@elentenyimports.com. That's support@elentenyimports.com, and we will connect you and arrange demos, etc.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and there was another question that was just asked for USD to USD transactions. So we don't charge for USD to USD transactions, and we don't actually charge for USD to foreign currency transactions as well. So if your current FX provider charges you a wire fee, banks tend to do that, ranging from anywhere from $200 to $70. Those fees don't exist in our platform. The rate you see is what you get. There's no additional charges, either domestically or internationally, at the transactional level.
Okay, thank you very much. Final
Excellent.
chance for any other questions, if anyone has any.
Yes.
Barry, did you have a specific question? We just got the yes part. There we are.
Is there a way to upload my existing database of customers? Very good question.
There
Yeah.
is, if you have an ability to provide, there's two ways to do it. One way is if you want to connect into your accounting system. If we support your accounting system, it's super simple. Once you connect, we suck all your sort of customer data in, both vendors, the customer data in.
Mhm.
If you don't want to go that route, we can do a CSV upload as well. So you provide us a CSV file, and we would upload it for you to set up your account. Do Elenteny clients get a better rate? Are we talking about, so just a clarification, we're talking about FX rates here? Is it Taylor, you asked? the question?
Yes.
Yes. Elenteny clients do get competitor rates. So I would strongly encourage you guys to check the rates as you get onboarded.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll guarantee best in market rates for Elenteny clients.
Can Elenteny customers pay Elenteny invoices using Koverly? The short answer is yes, you can do it today. We are working with the Elenteny team to make that process a little bit more seamless and automated. That should be coming down the sort of the road next couple of months. But for now, nothing's stopping you to sort of creating an account. We already have Elenteny ACH credentials in the system. Just upload a bill and you can pay it.
Thank you.
These great from salespeople. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. I think we're out of questions.
Well, this
Very
was
good.
great.
Igor, Amy, thank you very much for leading us through your platforms. Thank you for everyone who joined us today. As I said, this has been recorded and it will be available on our website if you wish to watch the webinar again. And a reminder that your Elenteny sales rep or support at elentenyimports.com can connect you and you can get started using the platform. So thank you for attending, everyone, today. Have a great rest of your day.
Fantastic. Thank you
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Thank
All right.
you.
Bye.
Bye.